Today, in this episode, we're going to look at James's freshly restored GTIR. So I'm down here at Turbo Manukau again, 40B Cavendish Drive, and James with his GTIR has brought it down for a wheel alignment. And James has been buying parts off me for a very long time, and he's just had all his paint job done. Car's looking absolutely amazing. Yeah, so he's just come down for a quick wheel alignment before he drives it down to Christchurch. The boys are sorting him out. Anyway, we'll do a bit of a quick walk around the car, and when James comes back, we'll do a bit of an interview with him as well. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video and stay tuned. So yeah, here with James. Now James, I've known him for a long time. You were just a teenager, I think, when you first came around to my place.
17, yeah.
Yeah, 17. So it's been a bit of a long journey on this Pulsar, and I see that you've stuck with it. You've had a lot of perseverance, and you definitely come out on top. It's looking absolutely beautiful. You've got a brand new paint job. It's shining in the sun. You rebuilt the motor. So let's talk a little bit about that. So where did you start?
I started kind of in someone's paddock, I think. I was looking on for more. I had 3 that were all rusted out. I bought another one. This one was also rusted out. And yeah, kind of just came to you for parts, and you told me to get a good running one. I said, nah, I want to build a shitter. And yeah, sort of just hung around with it, and yeah, just got it done.
Pushed through. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I do remember that. I remember said, you know, like, look, you're probably better getting a better base. This one's done over 300,000 kilometers. But hey, it's what you could afford at the time. It's what you got, and you definitely just chipped away at every single little aspect of the car, the motor, the paint. So when did you really start taking things seriously? Like,
I had 2 other ones, and they were complete interior, and I decided I'd just pull the best off all 3. And I got this for, I think, $1,500. I think, yeah, 1,500. And yeah, just tried to make the best I could, and you helped me out quite a bit, telling me where to go and what to get. And
no, it's real cool. So then you ended up sending it up to Whangarei to get panel and painted. So yeah, so what's been done?
They stripped it right back to bare metal. There was a bunch of bog in it, and they cut it all out, and then we stripped the fenders off and found way too much rust. So pretty much half the cars had it all cut out, and yeah, they had it up on a, I call it rotisserie chicken. And yeah, they cut everything out, welded it all in, and yeah, spent a lot of money and time to get it right.
So a lot of rust was cut out, a lot of patch panels put in, a lot of bog taken out, and then stripped right back, prepped, painted, and then Justin Rood up in Whangarei put it back together for you.
Yeah, I gave him the battle of, I remember I just took a van, I was moving to Christchurch, so I just grabbed all my parts out of my shed, chucked it all in the van and just dropped it off at the shop, and I was like, there you go, there's a whole car with the parts, and there's some stuff missing, and yeah, I think he struggled to put it back. You know, like a lot of things missing, and
a lot of stuff missing,
broken stuff as well. So
so shout out to Justin up there at Hex Lab in Whangarei. Sorry about that, we've got a plane going over. And so you've also had the motor rebuilt as well. So
yeah, it was sort of a project when I was an apprentice. The guy helped me build it, and we put like a VE oil pump in it, and I really wish I forged it. But it's sadly still stock internals.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive to do it now. And we found a crack in the block where the head stud goes through.
Yes.
So that's been welded, and we're just fingers crossed that holds. And we'll find out when I put 18 to 20 pounds of boost through it, and I'll go down to Christchurch and it'll get a link ECU and go from there. Fuel pump, turn it up, and try and keep it alive.
So I'm sure that'll all work out for you. It is sounding real good when you start it up. It's real crisp, sounds like it's got great compression, isn't too loud in the head. A lot of them have a lot of tappet noise, but this one's actually quite quiet for a GTIR. So yeah, You're off to Christchurch in 2 days, so it's an ambitious drive, man. You just got the car back, so I do wish you the best luck with that, and I'm sure you're going to make it because you definitely spent the money and spent the time. So yeah, I hope you have a really good trip back to Christchurch. Thanks for spending the time with us, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be hearing from you soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'll fix the injector clips and the clutch leak, and
yep, go for gold.
We'll be good.
Nice, man. Cheers for that. And just after shooting the video, the car broke down. Really unfortunate. I think the alternator has stopped working, so I think we're about to replace an alternator on a rebuilt GTIR. Anyway, should go okay. My man Carmwell's come and saved the day with this tow truck. He's always a legend. Okay, so I just turned the car on out there and got the multimeter out and found that the alternator isn't charging. So yeah, that's the reason why his car sounded so terrible taking off, because it had no power. So we'll get one of these second-hand ones banged on so he can get himself back down to Wellington. Yeah, just got to figure out which ones of these are actually good. They've all been pulled off GTIRs I've bought in the past and scrapped. So I'll have a look at my stash and get it all back on there and get him back underway. I'm not going to film that just because I need to get it done. Yeah, I've got to get him back on the road so he can get back to Christchurch. Alright, so that was a big day working on James's GTIR. We got the alternator on, got the old one off, switched them all over, and lo and behold, the car runs absolutely fine now. So it was just an alternator that let go. I have heard from James again, and his fuel pump has now died. But luckily he had one in the car, and he sent me a couple of pictures and just asked how to get the pump out, and should have told him what he needed to do. And yeah, he's got his car back up and running. Luckily he had a brand new Walbro sitting in the car, which he's swapped over. So yeah, he is off to Christchurch right now. Good luck, James. I'm sure by the time this video comes out you would have made it home safely. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. Thanks for watching. Once again, you know what to do. Like, subscribe and do all those good things. And if you're a first time viewer here, maybe go and check out some of our back catalogue. Yeah, we've got some good videos. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.